Formula One is all about speed. Speed that must be created and harnessed by the engineers and the drivers. Engineers are tasked with finding creative ways to make the cars as fast as possible, while the drivers are tasked with racing the wheels off of them. Today, we will start from the old-fashioned Formula car and finish with the future of motorsports and Formula One. McLaren M7C. The 1969 Monaco Grand Prix was held at the Circuit de Monaco on the 18th of May. Was the third round of the 1969 Formula One season. Teams were playing with new ways of attaching wings to cars, including putting a wing directly in front of the driver. One of them, the McLaren M7C, earned the nickname the Guillotine and was quickly banned. Arrow's A22. The front wing concept resurfaced briefly in 2001 when Arrows brought one out for the Monaco Grand Prix. The car needed all the help it could get in terms of downforce, but the wing didn't get past the organizers, who nicked it for the race. Tyrrell P34. This is the only six-wheeled car to ever race in F1. It actually won a race too. The idea was that you could have the same traction as a tire twice as wide, with half the wind resistance. Ironically, the only problem was that no one copied the design, so Goodyear had little reason to improve the tires, which ultimately rendered the car obsolete. 1981 Williams FW07D. Several teams, including Ferrari, experimented with using four wheels in the back, but none of them ever made it to a race. F1 eventually said, "Dude's enough," and banned using more than four wheels totally shortly thereafter. Brabham BT26. No car ever stuck to the road like the beautifully strange BT26 though. Taking an idea from an American racer from the 60s, it used a giant fan to suck out all the air under the car. It's the race car version of a dustbuster. It was also so goddamn fast that it was banned after its first race. Four-wheel drive, four-wheel steering, a closed cockpit, active LED lighting, and a huge power-to-weight ratio. This radical machine is Renault's striking vision for the F1 car of the future. The 600-kilogram car would be powered by a small internal combustion engine, but boosted by a battery system almost 5 times as powerful as those currently used in F1. It would produce around 1,340 horsepower for a hereto unheard of power-to-weight ratio. The RS 2027 concept was designed to showcase how F1 cars could look in 10 years' time. In addition to four-wheel driving and four-wheel steering, the RS 2027 would also feature a range of active elements, including active aerodynamics to reduce energy waste due to drag at high speeds, active LED lighting to incorporate into the wheels to display a range of information including the driver's position, and active suspension. On the safety front, the polycarbonate closed canopy would provide protection whilst allowing the driver to be visible to fans, while 2 titanium pop-up rollover bars would emerge from their unobtrusive locations in milliseconds should the car overturn. This is the McLaren MP4X, a glimpse into the future of motorsports. Harnessing the most cutting-edge avant-garde technology solutions that exist in the world. It is a race car that could exist in the distant future. How? Because the tech applied to the MP4X is real, and while some of the elements may be in the earliest stage of conception, McLaren Applied Technologies is at the forefront of such developments. The Chevrolet Chaparral 2X Vision Gran Turismo is a look into the future of motorsports and inspired by the combined sensations of flying in a wingsuit and a MotoGP bike race, an experience where the 2X pilot flies around the circuit, headlong, just inches from the race surface. The driving position creates one of the most immersive and exciting experiences ever imagined in four-wheel motorsports. Vehicle acceleration, deceleration, and direction is controlled by the movement and physical inputs of the 2X Pilot, a true application of 4 points of control. The vehicle architecture and design take its shape as a result of the forward flight driving position, one where the pilot becomes at one with the structure of the car. The Red Bull X2010 is a fictional prototype vehicle featured in the PlayStation 3 video game Gran Turismo 5. After the evaluation of the technology going into the car, the X2010 was redesigned incorporating refinement advice from Nui. With its low air resistance achieved through its smooth glass canopy and full crawling over the tires, and the downforce gained from the low speed range using the fans as well as in the high speed range through the front and rear wings of the rear diffuser, the car ultimately achieved a theoretical maximum speed of 500 km per hour. Red Bull racing driver Sebastian Vettel performed the virtual shakedown test of the car. On his first run, he shortened the simulated course record held by Formula One cars on GT5's simulation of the Suzuka circuit by over 20 seconds, drawing out the theoretical potential of the X2010 machine. The designer, Adrian Newey, thinks that the X2010 will be the fastest Formula One car in the future. Sober Pixel's Red Racer could be the next generation of F1 cars. It's a futuristic car that blends the aesthetics of F1 racing cars and a neon-powered engine. The body of the car has been designed extremely low, suitable for indoor racetracks. Perhaps that's why the designer uses white rubber tires. Sleek and sharp lines of the car's body make it run extremely fast, certainly in the near future. Thank you all for watching.